This is Sheila's Take, a podcast where you can hear my take on everything: love, hate, relationships, family, and today's issues. I'm your host, Sheila Dunbar. Thank you for joining me. Today we are diving into the wonderful world of saying no. Buckle up for an exciting journey through the year of saying no and the freedom that it brings. The art of saying no, my friends, is a powerful skill that so often gets underestimated. We're here to embrace the power it holds and discover how saying that little word can unlock doors to a happier and more fulfilling life. Trust me, embracing the year of saying no will set you on a path to a much happier and more fulfilled life. Are you ready to unlock the endless opportunities that lie beyond no? First and foremost, let's acknowledge that saying no does not equate to being rude or selfish. It's the total opposite. It's about setting healthy boundaries, preserving your energy, and elevating your well-being. Remember, it is okay to put yourself first. There's nothing selfish about that. So, how do we embark on this liberating journey of saying no? Well, let's start by assessing our commitments. Take a moment to evaluate all of the tasks, all of the projects, and all of the engagements that fill your calendar. Ask yourself, is this truly aligned with my values and priorities, or am I spreading myself too thin? Is it really necessary for me to go to yet another bridal shower or baby shower? Is it really necessary? Let's talk about setting those crystal clear boundaries. Remember, boundaries are like guardrails on the highway of life. They protect your sanity and preserve your time. So if someone asks you to join yet another committee or attend another event, take a deep breath, exhale, and ask yourself, will this enhance my life? Is it a yes or a no? Right? I was in a church years ago where I think the only position I did not hold was an usher or a nurse. I was on the choir. I ended up being the choir director. I was the church secretary. I was the trustee. I was, I think they call them a deaconess. I was everything. And I'm not saying that as you know, I'm the best and all of that. I'm saying it because I spread myself so thin within that church that I couldn't even enjoy what I was supposed to be there for. My job as a Christian was to go there and fellowship and to be poured into, so that during the week I would be able to pour out or carry myself from what I learned on Sunday. But there were so many times that my husband used to say, you running around and making copies and doing this and doing that, you missed the whole service. You know, I was spreading myself too thin. And I had too many commitments, and it was not enhancing my life. It was just making me tired. It's important to navigate this path with grace and compassion, my friends. While your loved ones might be surprised by your new habit, or your pastor, or your friends, assure them it's not personal. Right? What's that term? It's never personal. It's always business. It's never personal. But assure them it's not personal. Explain how your journey of self-discovery and self-care is revitalizing your spirit, and let them know that a happier and more energized version of you will benefit everyone. Listen, let me tell you something. An unhappy Sheila, or me who I'm tired and aggravated. That you don't want to be around that type of a person. It does not benefit anyone. No one wants to be around a tired and unhappy Sheila. And again, I let you know, I'm working on my own journey of self-discovery and self-care. Okay? But understand, when you're spreading yourself too thin, you don't have time to do any of that. You don't even, sometimes you don't even have time to think, because you're running from this to this to this to this to A, B, C, D. Oh, I forgot. Let me go back to A. Right? So just understand that. Now, let's picture this, right? Because there's times when we have to tackle those guilt-inducing moments. So picture this, and maybe you'll have a good laugh at it. But you're about to decline a request, and suddenly your mind conjures up every worst case scenario. Oh my God! If I tell them no, they will never invite me to anything again. If I tell them no, they're not going to talk to me. If I tell them no, they may not want to have lunch with me anymore, or they may not invite me out again. But don't worry about that. Don't fear about that. Replace those scenarios, right, with a lighthearted visual of yourself wearing a superhero cape. Be the superhero, be the superwoman, and you're the superwoman or superhero, saving yourself from overcommitment and zooming toward a more balanced life, right? Picture that. You're not overcommitting yourself, and you're moving towards your life being more stable, not all over the place. Also understand there's strength in numbers. Surround yourself with a support system that understands and supports your journey of saying no. Hang around people that are like-minded, right? Like-minded individuals. Iron sharpens iron. Hang around people that have the same value and same priorities that you do. That's important, because then they're going to know, okay, I'm not, Sheila's not going to be want to be bothered with this. We just invited her. She was just out to this place last week. She don't want to come again. Why would she want to do that? People, when you're around like-minded people, they're going to think the same way you do, pretty much. They're not going to want to do all those crazy things. They're going to want to have some self-care, some self-discovery, sometimes to themselves. So when they ask you to go out somewhere and you say no, they're going to get it, because they're going to be the same way if you ask them to do something and they say no. Share your wins and your challenges and your newfound freedoms with your friends and family. Together, you can inspire one another on this path to self-discovery. It's around your living room. I used to watch this show years ago called Ally McBeal. And she used to do this thing. I can't remember if it was at the beginning of the show or the end of the show. I think it was like towards the end of this episode. She would dance in her living room with this, and it was so freakish, kind of like with this little baby in a diaper. And she would just dance carefree, throwing in her inhibitions to the wind. Simply dance around your living room unapologetically, reveling in the joy of setting boundaries and taking charge of your life. Remember, saying no is not denying the opportunities, but rather paving the way for saying yes to something that truly matters, right? Let me give you an example. You're invited yet to another, baby shower, right? And then you have someone comes to you and they're like, you know what? I have tickets to Kirk Franklin concert. It happens to be the same day that you've already committed to going to a baby shower that you really don't want to go to. But, because you don't want to say no, you're locked into going to this baby shower, right? What do? You sit at the baby shower unhappy, eating probably some good food and cake, or where you can be at a Kirk Franklin concert, right? Embrace the freedom and joy that awaits you on this empowering path. I saw something. I follow this lady on Instagram. She goes on the Black marriage movement. And she posted something that was sent to her. And I thought it was so interesting because so many people jumped on this person. But it was a young couple. I'm assuming they were a young couple that were going on their very first date. And the young man sends the woman, the young girl, a text message. He's so excited to go on this date, and that he cannot wait. He had planned to, go to the park, and they were going to eat ice cream and just sit down and get to know one another. And her response was, "No, thank you. I'm past that in my life. I don't want to do that." And while some people thought that was a little, I'm looking for lack of a better word, bougie or high maintenance of her. I don't even want to use the word bougie, but high maintenance of her, and she was kind of rude. Maybe she was just in the year of no. Maybe that's just not what she wanted to do. Maybe she didn't like the park. Maybe she didn't like ice cream. Maybe she just didn't like him, but she had the right to say no. And she walked probably away from that not feeling guilty or anything. Now, how she handled it could have been a little bit better probably, but she had the right to say no. Okay? Use your judgment and consider the individuals when saying no, which in the situation I just explained, I don't think she did. She just said no, and it is what it is. But consider the individuals when you're saying no. Either it's personal or professional situations, right? Always prioritize effective communication and maintain respectful relationships. And this wraps up my thought-provoking episode on the year of saying no. Remember, each no is an act of self-love, an opportunity for growth, joy, and freedom. So as we journey through the year, let's unleash our strength and reclaim our time with the power of saying no. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and embracing the unlimited possibilities that lie ahead. Join me next time where I will continue to discuss more of today's issues. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, or even send me an email at Sheila'sTake@outlook.com for topics you would like discussed, or if you would like to be a guest on Sheila's Take. I'm your host, Sheila Dunbar. Until next time, blessings to you.